Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Brewing Up Business. My name is Tammy Wallace. My pronouns are she, her, hers. And you can add pronouns to your name as well by editing your profile. We've got plenty of networking coming up right after the program today. So stick around, engage more in the Chamber Networking Cafe. I hope you're making some great connections. And welcome. Thank you again for joining us, but want to say hello to our guests that are joining us, and encourage our members to invite guests to participate again in an upcoming chamber event. If you are joining us on Facebook Live or watching on YouTube, welcome. We hope you'll join us in person. We're looking at in-person events again in 2022, or an upcoming virtual event again, so you can participate in the networking. I want to encourage everyone that is joining us this morning in Air Meet to add your contact info in the chat box, and company name, your role, etc., so we can share contact information around. Hopefully, you've been doing that in your table as you've been networking this morning. A huge thank you to our sponsor, the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center. Thank you for supporting Brewing Up Business. Thank you for supporting the Chamber as one of our corporate partners. The University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center has just been a wonderful partner with us, supporting the work that we're doing, focused on LGBTQ inclusion. And I'm excited about having Gabriella speak to the group today. So hang on, it's going to be a great program here shortly. Fireside chat with her, if you will. And just a quick note, 2021 is the Chamber's milestone 5-year anniversary. We're actually wrapping it up. We've been doing this all virtually this year, but please do check out the Chamber's 5-year anniversary page, where we have highlighted, our inaugural members, corporate partners, those that have been with us since year one, some great quotes, proclamations as we celebrate this milestone year and start to turn the corner and look at year 6 and beyond. I do want to make a quick note, and hopefully everybody has seen this, but the Chamber, we did this last year, the holiday food drive, and we are doing that again this year. And the reason we do this is because it's important for us as a Chamber to look beyond our 4 walls. Our community needs us. And our seniors, LGBTQ plus seniors, need us. So we are once again holding a holiday food drive on December the 10th. We're going to have 2 drop-off locations, morning and afternoon. Thank you to our anchor sponsor, Signature Care Emergency Center, and Eureka Heights Brewery. It's going to be a great day as we raise food and funds to benefit the Montrose Center and support LGBTQ plus seniors. So I hope everyone will come out. There are also sponsorship opportunities with this as well. A great visibility and a great way to give back to communities. So a win-win. And the last day to be included in our Outsmart ad will be this Friday. So if you're interested in sponsoring, please let us know. Check out the Chamber calendar for upcoming Chamber events. We're sharing that link in the chat, but I share, we've got another event this week, Pride Across Texas. We're collaborating again with AIDS Foundation Houston on World AIDS Day. We've got our first Friday meet and eat, which was a great success for November. Membership orientation, and of course, we'll round out the year, as I mentioned, with the holiday food drive. So plenty to engage with the Chamber throughout the rest of the year. And when I say we have a robust 2022 plan, that is probably an understatement. We've got a lot of great things planned, including coming back in person as well. I do want to say a huge thank you. Let me get back to our new business level members. Iridium Pharmacy, I think Dr. Ingram's on with us. Affiliates in physical therapy, Daylight, and Amy Scott, Farm to Table Photography. Thank you to our new business level members. We're so glad to have you on board. And to our Chamber anniversary, our Chamber, as we like to say, thank you to Comcast for renewing your continued support in the Chamber as well. And a host of our business level members that have renewing this year. We appreciate the continued support. Your investment in the Chamber makes a huge difference, and it makes a huge difference in the work that we're now going to do as we look out at year 6 and beyond. And I want to just give a shout out. You can see our amazing corporate partners online. We highlight our corporate partners because they make a tremendous investment, not only in the chamber, but in the LGBTQ plus business community and the community as a whole. We want to thank them for their support. President Circle members, we make a tremendous investment as well. And founding members, Murphy and Outsmart, Adams, London and Weiss, and Bocce Engineering Construction have been with us since year one. We appreciate the continued support, along with our chamber sponsors that you see scrolling on screen. And with that, I want to thank all of our sponsors, and especially our inaugural our sponsors for this year, but our inaugural members, everybody that's been with us since year one. You're going to hear a little bit more before we end the year with that. So let me quickly move to with our speaker. Thank you again to the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center for sponsoring the event today. I am so thrilled to introduce Gabriela Zambrano, who is the Associate Director, Hub and Federal Small Business Program for MD Anderson. And we have had some delightful conversations with her, but she has, you can see on screen, I won't read her whole bio, but she has several years experience. She's a strong advocate for small businesses. And you're going to hear more about the Hub program. Some of you may have heard about that in the Federal Small Business Program. MD Anderson is very much committed to diverse suppliers as part of the work that we're doing, as a part of the work that they're doing. And so we're going to have a little conversation. So with that, welcome, Gabriela.
Good morning. Hi, how are you, Tammy? Good morning.
I'm doing well. We are thrilled to have you here. And I just love this. This must be such an incredible role that you have at MD Anderson to help small businesses.
Yes, it's a very challenging, but I'm very excited to be here and helping everybody the best way that I can to connect, network, and feel free to even send me an email afterwards if you have more questions about it. So I'll try to provide as much as I can today.
Sounds good. Well, tell us, I mean, we know MD Anderson as an institution in this city, in this state, certainly across the world, but just tell us a little bit more about MD Anderson for those that are listening.
Yeah, so before I begin, I have to always talk about the mission of MD Anderson. Okay, so we are the mission of the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center is to eliminate cancer in Texas, the nation, and the world through outstanding programs that integrates patient care, which is very important, research and prevention, and through the education for students, trainees, professionals, employees, and the public. And we are, as you mentioned, here in Houston, the surrounding area, including the Woodlands locations, and we partner with community hospitals and health system nationwide and globally. So we are 22,000 strong employees working to eliminate cancer.
I have a personal connection to MD Anderson. I have, many family members that have been, their lives saved by the work and the research at MD Anderson. So I just want to say thank you for all that you and all the many employees at MD Anderson, everything that you do day in and day out. So we appreciate that.
Thank you.
But let's talk a little bit more about your role. And we're hearing these acronyms, HUB, and of course, this Federal Small Business Program. Talk to us about that. What is this program?
Yeah, well, it's HUB and the Federal Small Business Program. So on the federal side, we focus those contracts that MD Anderson has with the federal government, specifically with the NIH, the National Institute of Health. They have very strict guidelines to follow regarding a small business spend. Now, on the HUB, which is we are governed by the state of Texas, historically underutilized business program, and it is a good faith effort program. So if you don't know anything about Hub, I encourage you to register. Okay, you have to be 51% owned by woman, minority, disabled veteran. You must be a U.S. citizen. You must be a Texas resident. I encourage you to use it, not because you want to do business with MD Anderson, but if you want to do business with any of the Texas institution, any of them, so any of the University of Texas, anything you can think of where it's a state Texas agency, that's where you can apply it and become and just be part of the procurement process.
And so with the hub and the federal, this is part of supply chain management, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us more about supply chain management?
Sure.
What do we
So
need there?
I am part of the management team. So I'm there to encourage, support, advocate for small business within the supply chain management team. But supply chain management team, and that's their name because each of the organization is different, is responsible for procuring supplies, material, equipment, and services for MD Anderson. So besides meeting the qualification, it is about relationship building and persistence. So we are a large organization. We want to be welcoming and open. But the two tips that I mentioned before, which is networking and persistence, can take you really far within. So you will hear me a lot talk about supply chain.
Okay. And so I can imagine that MD Anderson buys a lot of goods and even services. Can you give us a sense of what the MD Anderson is buying?
Yeah, well, this is the part that is like the meat. So you understand a little bit of what MD Anderson does. We have an annual spend of $1.7 billion. Again, the word is 1.7 billion, but almost half of it, 800 million, goes directly to pharmaceutical drugs. And those drugs are specialty drugs specific to the treatment of cancer. But besides pharmaceutical drugs, the other spends that we have, and I'm going to mention them in the order of category, is capital construction. Capital construction, we have a $1.4 billion in the capital construction plan over the next 18 months, including a new $600 million hospital. Just think about it. We must staff the hospital. We have to include anything to make it operational. There's so many opportunities coming out there. But if you're in the construction area that works with general contractors to build the shell and to build the inside of the building, there's an enormous opportunity in the next 24 months. So please reach out to me if you want to do business because they're always looking for people to work with. Now, the other ones, and these are more like, medical and surgical equipment and supply, research equipment and supplies, and IT equipment and services. Now, IT, everything we do today utilize the network. Every touches the network. So think about from the smallest, lowest dollar of piece of equipment that we might use to monitor a patient, all the way to a very sophisticated diagnostic and radiation oncology treatment equipment. It is constantly turning many challenges. So information security area it's always growing. It's always changing. And this is an area that we think small business could engage with MD Anderson. And one of the misconceptions is that a business might be too small, perhaps not being able to provide quality services. My, I tell people just do your research, look at the IT opportunities, and I'm telling you, there's great hub companies are the ones that I know, a small business company that do great business with MD Anderson because MD Anderson's goal is is to take care of our patient, and networking is very important. So if you have a great service, quality service, you know how to respond to it, this is a great opportunity for you. Then the other categories are business administration and purchase services. So these are all the areas that are out there for small business and hubs to come and do business with MD Anderson.
And I just want to emphasize that number you said, 1.7 billion
Billion with a
with a
B.
B.
With
And
a
of
B.
course, a large, rightfully so, a lot of that going, for pharmaceuticals, but still,
Mhm.
that's a tremendous commitment from MD Anderson to include diverse suppliers.
Yes, we do. So we try as much as possible to increase in any way that we can, participate. I'm constantly busy, but also as well, everybody inside our team are busy. So we appreciate everything you guys do.
So if one of our businesses or a supplier is listening, joining us this morning or listening through the live stream, where can they register? How do they find out more information on bidding opportunities?
So in order to register for the event, and this is very important, is you have to go to www.mdanderson /suppliers. We are fully online. And just so you know, I'm fully working from home now. We're not going back to the office anymore. This is a great hybrid,
Wow.
very Dr. Pister is all about innovation and making sure that we provide the best service and best uh, uh, just the best of us in order to give to MD Anderson. So we're working from home. So the best way for you is to create a great profile, making sure your contact information is correct, making sure that it's a generic email, because a lot of people hire employees and then they leave, and then that
Mm,
vendor profile is not there anymore. That happens often. And the reason why this is important, and I'm gonna go a little bit back because this is where they have NIGP code, is there are three ways to do business with MD Anderson. Okay,
mhm,
so one, there are bids that are under 15,000. Those do not require bid. This literally goes a department requests the supply chain management, which we talk about, the supply chain management team, purchasing service, and they will look through the suppliers register portal to see a match, which one, which supplier will work best to provide that product or service. And right there, it's important for building relationship, because then they get to know your product and they know what's going on. The next one, which is another great opportunity, is for contracts between 15,000 and 49,000. Those are called informal bid quotations. In this one, they actually, we are required three written quotes. And again, we mentioned we are ruled by the state of Texas
mhm,
education code that allows to do business based on best value. And here we request two written quotes from hubs and one from a non-hubs. And then they make the selection. They actually go through the supplier portal and trying to find the right person to request those written quotation. Then the third one is a formal bid. This is over 50,000. The supply chain management team, as I mentioned, manage $1.7 billion. These $1.7 billion are around 3,000 contracts. Those 3,000 contracts are managed by the 40-person team. So we rely a lot what is called a group purchasing order, or
mhm.
just looking through people through the supplier register portal. So we'll do events, and those events, we call it events whenever like a new contract is open, and those events will send them a notification letting them know, hey, come and apply. So those are the three ways that people can do business with MD Anderson. Besides the categories, then we talk about the informal bids, the ones that are less than 50,000, and the formal bids.
And so you gave, oh, I thought that was a great tip. Like use your generic email when you register for the supplier, portal, in case employees leave. What are some other tips that you would share for people to be successful?
Well, like I said, so also one, when check our bidding portal. So www.mdanderson/bids. There you're going to see current opportunity. Once you go there in that portal, open it up, read about it, read exactly what is happening, the contracts and everything. And I do attend the pre-bid meetings, because you may not be the prime, but you may be like a subcontractor. And that's the best way to connect, because they do share those contact information. So you register, you attend the pre-bid meeting, the person in supply chain says, please send me an email saying that you attended this meeting, and then we'll share that contact information with whoever wants to do business there. So again, so one, make sure you register, make sure that you are attending the pre-bid meetings, maintain your company website with current information, current certification. So if you have a small business, disabled veteran, women veterans, make sure that they are current. And network, network, and network. I mean, I cannot emphasize that. And I know the chamber is a great way to network with people, but it's the best way. And if you know somebody that does business with MD Anderson, reach out to them, talk to them, because I've heard so many people that have gotten business with MD Anderson because how persistent they are and networking too. So those are some of the few tips.
It's about strategy and understanding how this world of supply chain works, right? And engaging and being engaged, to your point, connecting, networking, and you never know where those opportunities are going to come from. Just like you said, maybe even attending a pre-bid meeting. So that
Yeah,
is great advice.
yeah, and there are always like information out there. It's like forecasts, what's coming up, because really there's so many things that happen behind the scenes that you and I may not know what's happening. And I say this because I have to review the hub plans, and sometimes
Yeah.
it's like we have many, like Thursday, Friday. It's like, could you review it? We're like, wait, hold on, we have to go in order as they come. But yeah, no, there's a lot of opportunities out there, and I do want people to understand that MD Anderson wants to support the community, wants to support Houston, and we want to make sure that we have great partners here in Texas, and we do, and we want to do business with you.
Well, Gabriella, it just strikes me that all the good work that MD Anderson is doing for so many people, just to eliminate cancer, but yet here is another example of how MD Anderson is giving back to community. So this is amazing, and thank you for sharing this information this morning. If any of our audience or anyone listening on the live stream want to get a hold of you, what's the best way to contact you?
Please send me an email at mgsambrano@mdanderson.org. Like I said, I'm your like point of contact. I'll send you a very formatted email with like where to register, where to supply, but I also will give you that contract manager's contact number and email, because depending what kind of business you are, I have to figure out who's the right person. Call, email them. I'm not going to do it for you. You have to do it yourself. And so I'll do my best to share information that I have. But it's also, you have to network, and you don't have to be like, hey, I want a business today. Just introduce yourself, your business, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, do it quick. Like I said, these are like 40 people managing 3,000 contracts. So they're busy. So their time is available just as your time is available. So,
Yeah. And as we wrap up, any kind of last parting words you want to share?
oh, well, no, I'm excited. Thank you so much to be here with the Greater Houston LGBT Chamber of Commerce. I was excited when I heard about this. Just so you know, this is like my second fireside chat, so I had a good time. I'm loving this air meet, and hopefully in the future we get to see each other, meet each other in person, and you'll see everything below here. But yeah, I'm excited. Thank you, Tammy, for everything.
Well, thank you, and thank you for all the work that you're doing. And as you said, as it says in your bio, advocating for small businesses. We appreciate you, and again, we appreciate the support of MD Anderson and this partnership with the Chamber. Thank you.
No, thank you.
All right. Well, what a great discussion. We're going to just wrap it up here. But one thing that I wanted to do is we do have some door prizes. We've got a couple of $25 gift cards to the Breakfast Club. I hope you're hungry because it's good. We're so proud to have the Breakfast Club as one of our members. The way this is going to work is the first person to post the response to the question in the chat box is going to be our winner. And Maureen, I'm going to ask you, because last time I think I missed something. So I'm going to ask you, if you would, let me know who's the winner on this first question. Okay. Here goes the first question. What is the annual spend for the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center? And Gabriella would have shared that. Oh. Oh. Okay, Jack got it. All right, Jack, you get the gift card this morning for all your hard work on behalf of the chamber. Thank you. 1.7 billion. That is phenomenal. That's a huge number. And here's the second door prize question. What is the date? What date is the 2021 Chamber Holiday Food Drive? Jack, you've already won. Can't play again. What is the date of the 2021 Chamber Holiday Food Drive? Ah, Julie got it. Yep. Correct me if I'm wrong, Maureen, but I think that's right. Julie, way to go, Julie. Thank you so much. All right, we'll follow up with you both on that on the Breakfast Club gift cards. Appreciate that. And one thing I wanted to say again is a huge thank you to MD Anderson, the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center, and our special guest, Gabriella Zambrano, for being part of the program today. To Sarah, I want to give her a shout out. I know she was on, to her coordinating everything. We appreciate you. Gabriella is going to be in the networking cafe, so stop by. If you've got questions, there's a table labeled with MD Anderson. Stop by, just say hello, or she's prepared to answer any questions. The networking cafe is going to stay open until 9:30, so feel free to stay and networking. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this Wednesday. Make sure to stay up to date on Chamber social media, because we are posting a lot of things about upcoming events and things like that. And so if you're not following us on social media, be sure and do that. Continue to network. Again, Chamber Networking Cafe is open through 9:30, and hope to see you not only at the holiday food drive on December 10th, but tomorrow at Pride Across Texas with our phenomenal speaker, Samantha Smith. Everybody have a fantastic Wednesday. We appreciate your support. Thank you.